But yeah, I am interested in seeing what the Suns do as well because it's like the most known secret in the league that um, if this season doesn't go well, KD's dipping. And if he's dipping, I don't know how you keep Booker. I don't know. I saw some stat that was like Aiton, KD, Booker, and Chris Paul were like not 8-0. They were
No,
like
yeah, I saw that too. 8
8 and
0.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played
And
apparently 8 games together.
now they might not even have any other team. I don't know.
It depends on what you're
It just
able to get back for Durant in a trade because, again, the Luca thing, I don't know if it's going to make teams look at the trade market differently, but it is a thing where is this how the new CBA is going to push these trades where, yeah,
yeah.
that package of a lot of picks is out there, but maybe they are able to flip him for another player and keep the team mildly competitive in a way where Booker can be happy and they can still have star players to build around and still try to maintain themselves a competitive team. But I mean, I honestly at this point agree with Durant. Like, if he wants to leave, he should just go. I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, just lean into the guy that you are. He doesn't really have time in his career to correct from a legacy standpoint. Like, if he stays in Phoenix, he's not going to be the guy that stayed in Phoenix. He's just going to play the
yeah.
last couple of years of his career in a disastrous situation that, like you've said, maybe he's a part of helping create that, but there's also been some basketball moves made. The Beal trade was handicapped them,
Mm.
especially in the second apron in a very aggressive way. But I honestly think, like, what do they say, like, when it's winter and you're skidding, like the only way to get through it is like steer through the skid or whatever. Like, you just got to commit to how bad you're skidding. Like, at this point, that's what Durant has to do. He just has to commit to the bit. He just has to be the
Commit.
guy that gets traded and plays for a bunch of teams. He just kind of has to be the NBA assassin, the guy that just bounced around
Mm.
from team to team. I don't know if it's like the NBA brokenhearted guy, like the OKC thing was the long term relationship, and then he just kind of bounced around for a while after that, trying to find the right team. But
Yeah.
either way, like, at this point, I think the only right thing for him to do is to just keep asking for trades until he finds the right situation. It's the only thing that'll help his legacy is to keep getting into better situations. But Phoenix is not going to be that, and if he stays, I mean, I guess if we go the other way, and he does stay in Phoenix and they do miraculously build a title team, then that is, I guess, beneficial for him. But that's just not going to happen in Phoenix, and him
Yeah. It's
staying
just
there
not.
with bad basketball, I don't know how that benefits his legacy.
Yeah. No, I don't know how either. I don't. I mean, I guess it's just that he finally stayed with a team. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I definitely think he should either go to OKC or the Warriors. Um, but who knows? I don't.
Well, Rosillo was saying
It's
on
just
his
make my.
pod that he was reminding us that he was saying in the summer that he wanted to go to Houston. So I don't know. Do we fire that back up
Yeah.
in the summer? Durant to
Yeah.
Houston?
They're not going. Houston don't want him, as far as I know.
What about Durant to the Spurs?
Mm.
So just Durant in Texas in general. Put him on the Mavs?
KD, him and 80, that wouldn't be bad. And Kyrie, that's actually a good. That's a good spot. They just don't have anything to give for him.
Well, do you have to give up Kyrie and some other stuff?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know if they have like picks and stuff to
No.
give up, but
But then at that point, is it worth the spot? And I think that's what KD couldn't didn't realize is, if they do have to trade all these things for you, then that means your team that you're going to isn't going to be that good.
well, I do think it depends on and like we're saying, when he did get to Phoenix, that was a good team. When he gets there with Aiton and Chris
Yeah.
Paul, they're 8-0. Like, there's a version of that team that is really good. Just the basketball moves
Yeah.
that they've made since then have just they're not a good team anymore. So I
Yeah.
don't know if you become a disastrous team. And again, like, look at what the Mavs and the Lakers just did. Like, the Mavs are still, when Davis was out there and playing, they still look like they could be a pretty competitive team in a way. So I think you can get Durant, and I think his value's a little bit down as well too, because you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel with his career. Versus even
Hmm.
still on that Brooklyn, when you're making that Brooklyn trade, which was that's got to be what, 3 seasons ago now at this point, 2.5 seasons. So, even at that point, you're like, how much longer does this guy have? And pause.
Yeah.
And now you're going, okay, like, we could reasonably say 4 years, and then if he's going to be playing longer at a high level than 4+ years, then it's like, well, I guess we just miscalculated that, and he's a great all-time guy, and it is what it is. But I think he's a little bit more of a reasonable cost now, but still like a really great offensive player and still a guy that can continue to add to his legacy, I think, in an all-time way, like in a positive way, if he finds himself in a good basketball situation. And I don't know if
Yeah.
like is requesting a trade like who's gonna blame him?
Yeah, I don't just keeps blaming himself. Or he keeps blaming other people. No accountability. Yeah, I don't know.
And if you know, and then the if you're Phoenix, the Booker thing, obviously, maybe if you're hesitant to trade Durant because of the Booker
Hmm.
thing, then that's reasonable as well too. Like Booker's not a guy that you want to get unhappy, want to start requesting a trade,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
then that Booker's Booker, you're going to get a haul for. So regardless of what you're going to get for Durant, like you're going to be in a position to rebuild if you have to trade two of those guys, and I think you're going to have like a ton of pretty nice assets. So I wouldn't, and again, maybe I want both these guys on the Spurs, so it's just kind of like subconsciously
Of
like,
course.
yeah, trade these guys to the Spurs. But
You want KD on the Spurs?
yeah, why wouldn't we want KD on the Spurs?
Mm, I don't know. I just
A
think he
couple of
just takes a lot of
7-foot shot makers.
takes a lot of shots. I think he takes shots away from the rest of the team. I don't
Please
know. Like
do. If Durant's taking them, they're
he's
going in.
a lot of injuries and stuff. I don't know. I'm a little wary of a young team having KD, but like a veteran team like the Warriors, I think makes sense. Um, Shout out Tyler Hero
But does a young
getting
team
fouled
almost
on a mid
ensure
range
Durant
that he
in a way where
makes.
if he's on an old
Good.
team, like, now you have Steph, Durant, and Butler, like that's you're talking about
Mm,
injury risk, you're building
yeah,
your team around a bunch of 35 plus stars versus, if you have Wemby and have Castle and have youth there. Like, is Fox for Durant in the offseason an interesting move to think about?
interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, do you think the
I
Spurs are crazy for doing a trade like that?
I don't think they're crazy. It's just not something I do. Just because they have with the just because of his age, injury history,
Because
whether
I guess
it's
I could
really
here. Let
worth
me
it.
pull the Durant contract back up as well. But they're gonna have to
Second
extend.
apron, yeah.
They're gonna have to extend De'Aaron Fox at some point
Mm,
because he is gonna be an expiring contract next season. So he's gonna be 50 plus million, being an All NBA guy. So if you're gonna be
mm,
just in that massive payroll territory, anyways, you would have Durant. So Durant would be an expiring contract next year
yeah.
at $53 million.
Jeez.
I don't know. And then if you're Phoenix, like you think, okay, we get younger. Obviously, De'Aaron Fox is not Kevin Durant from a peak standpoint, but we get younger. Booker's got a teammate, Kentucky background. Both those guys played at the same school, so maybe there's a little like appeasing Devin Booker there as well too. And then the problem is you still have the Bradley Beal piece that you have to figure out, and that's just going to be this
Yeah.
albatross contract that you have to try to team build around until you work that out. But I'm gonna trade machine that one a little bit. That's an interesting move. Shout out to De'Aaron Fox. I love having him on the Spurs. But I'm
KD
just saying, if we can get Kevin Durant, baby,
trying to get rid of him already.
Kevin Durant would be nuts.
He didn't do none.
And Kevin Durant, and maybe a little bit more like he doesn't have to carry the offense. He can just be a guy that, the last 7 minutes, can Durant just go into full takeover mode and hit those like fadeaway shots? Because he does have that part of his bag where he's just got like that Dirk part of his bag where it's the skilled shots, it's the post moves, it's the fadeaways, it's the I'm the 7-footer and I'm taller than you and I can get into my
Yeah.
spot on the court. Like he could have like an old man E type game where he can be like a specialty guy, maybe not off the bench, but like that 25 minutes a game and then still manage to give you, he's still like a 20 point a game scorer, but the number's going to be down a little
Yeah.
bit. But in those last quarters, in the last big clutch minutes, he can be a big shot maker for you. I mean, Wemby, Durant, Castle, Vassell, is that a title team? It's looking
No.
decent.
It's a decent team. Not a title team. Yeah, not a guaranteed title team. The
But I
Heat
don't know if
showing their quality, up by 7.
Steph, Durant, and Butler is a guaranteed title team either as well.
No, I don't know if there's any teams in the West that I'd say
And does he go
guaranteed
there if
title.
if Draymond's still there? Do you think he wants to reunite with Draymond at all?
No,
Has
he's not
anybody
going
ever
as long as
reunited with
Draymond there.
Draymond?
No, no one. I can't stand Draymond, man.
What's the history of Draymond? It's like, okay, well, maybe this guy's been in a lot of breakups, but he has like gotten back together with a
The
lot of the exes, so it's like, okay, there's at least still something there. Like Draymond just
yeah,
there's breakups and then that's it.
yeah,
He
that
just
makes sense.
they just cut him out. They just cut him out. Like I'm done
Just
with the
keep bringing him
Draymond
back. They
relationship.
keep bringing him back.
But
They
OKC
never
would be
stop.
fun, obviously, for him to finish out his career there.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
it
think
would
there would
be.
be hard feelings from the OKC fans at this point either. Like there's been enough time.
No,
I think they've
yeah,
healed.
it would be pathetic,
A-
poetic.
And OKC has built their own team without Durant. So it's like it wouldn't be Durant like where
Yeah,
Cleveland, I think they needed LeBron to return to like save Cleveland
yeah.
and
No, they actually needed him. Yeah,
that was the correct version of the story as well too, I think. Like it was great that LeBron was able to have that redeeming arc. And if Durant had had
yeah,
the redeeming go back and save OKC arc, like that'd be fine. But now it's like he goes back and is the last piece that they need. You know, the last piece of the
exactly.
puzzle, just the piece to get him over the top. And he's joining a thing that Sam Presti's already built. He's returning home. And he doesn't have to have
Hmm.
that pressure of being like the full-on savior. Shea's the
Yeah.
guy. J-Dub, Chet, they're all there. You know, who knows what the trade would have to be. So if he goes to OKC, what is the trade, do you think? Are they able to keep
They
Chet
have so
or
many
J-Dub?
pieces.
So
Yeah,
they
they
could just do a
definitely
lot of
can.
picks. You're right. They could do the picks
Yeah,
throw at him.
they need to get rid of picks. But yeah, there's probably some players that could give up.
Hartenstein's
Isaiah
contract?
Joe. Yeah, Isaiah Joe is a player.
Isaiah Joe would be nice. Will Wiggins?
Yeah,
Aaron
maybe
Wiggins?
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
Case
trying
and
to think.
Wallace? You got to get Case and
Jason
Wallace
Wallace. Yeah,
for sure. Could you get J-Dub? Is there any way?
is Poku still in the league?
If he is, I don't think he's on the Thunder. Which league are you talking about? The NBA or what? What?
I'm dead.
Poku's in a league. I'm just not sure which one he's in.
Poku.
Shout out Poku. Do you think Poku could call in? We might
Yeah,
be
we
able to
could
get
definitely
Poku.
we get Poku on the pod for sure. We just
IT,
gotta
write
slide
that
him in the
down.
DMs.
DM Poku.
What? Is there any NBA or players you think? Do you think we could get Imani Bates?
Ooh, Amani Bates would be a good one. Do a little Amani
Uh,
Bates, the Amani Bates story, the Amani Bates
Should we just
episode.
start DMing every G Leaguer out there?
Should we just be like the official voice of the G League, the Rem and Sam pod?
That could actually do pretty
Do you
well.
think Bronny would do an appearance? Do you think
If we were actually killing it, yeah.
media would? But like, is Bronny even doing media appearances like that? I mean, he was on streamers and
Yeah.
stuff for a while, but do you think Bronny would even do like a pod at this point? Would they even risk that? Because like, let's
No,
be
Bron
honest. You
wouldn't
know, I'm
risk it.
asking. You know, I'm asking Bronny a dumb question. There's at least 2 or 3 questions where you're like, oh man, what are we doing?
When was the last time you called LeBron down?
Okay, well, maybe if IT say that one or something. Maybe we'll pretend that that's like a listener question.
Yeah, we got a one from the chat here.
Yeah,
It's
somebody
like
wants
not
to
a
know.
single thing in the chat.
We have a emailer here that said, when was the last time that you called LeBron daddy? But I don't know, maybe
Crazy.
there's a couple of trying to think, like, is there another big like G League name star like that? Because like, you know, could we
Yeah.
have gotten in on like the Thon Maker buzz, like when he was really, or like no, who's the guy I'm thinking of? Taco Fall, like when at the
Yeah.
peak of the Taco Fall hype.
Exactly.
Is there like a Taco Fall right now in the league? Is it just Wemby?
Yeah, that's true.
We need a guy. What about Sam Hauser? Can we get Sam Hauser?
Sam Hauser could be pretty good.
Who's the best player that we could get? Peyton Pritchard?
Nah, we couldn't get paid for it.
Peyton Pritchard's too good.
Yeah, he's too good. He just hit 8 threes in a game.
Yeah, if you hit what, like 5 or more threes in a game, you're probably not dipping onto the Rim
Probably
Sam
too good.
pond. Dillingham?
Probably
We might be able to
too.
get Dillingham.
Rob Dillingham, yeah.
We could fake
No, I
a
really want to get.
agent
We should
email.
try Sam Hauser. Now that you said it.
I don't know why Sam Hauser just popped into my head, but I was like, could we just randomly just get Sam Hauser? That'd be pretty funny. off-season Sam Hauser
Yeah.
episode. Like, Sam, I don't really know what to ask you, but how's it going, buddy? You enjoying playing basketball in the league? So where did you go to college? Is he a Marquette guy? I think he might have been a Marquette guy. Shout out the Golden Eagles.
Cuckoo.
Marquette. Luka
They're
Garza?
always good. Garza, definitely.
Oh, we almost have to get Luka Garza.
Yeah, should we start DMing him now or like?
In the middle of the game? If he goes to the bench and looks at his phone, it's a good sign.
There you go. We'll just keep an eye on him.
Steven Adams might do it.
He's definitely. I've seen him in a lot of interviews.
Yeah, Steven Adams he might not like even just know. He's just like, a show wants me on. Okay, fine. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even like know what the shows are. His TikTok algorithm is just like all of those like outdoor, like guy cooking next to a river videos.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Guy in a mountain cooking over a fire, which me and Steven Adams would have a very similar algorithm lately.
Yeah.
Shout out the old Black Sea adventurer.
Oh, do we have breaking news right now?
Oh, do we?
Breaking news.
What is source saying?
Michigan's men's basketball coach, Dusty Mays, agrees to a multi-year agreement.
Lock it in, baby. Dusty May.
Do you like him?
Dusty May is killing it right now at Michigan. He has
Oh, he's really 20-5. You guys are
turned around. Tough night, though they lost to Michigan State tonight, unfortunately. 62-65. Danny Wolf, 11 points, 5 for 11 from the field. Probably going to need him to be in the 20-point range if you're going to take down Michigan State. But then again, Michigan State is 22.
Oh, you guys are top of the Big Ten. Wow.
We were. I think Michigan State might have just taken over with that one. But Jace Richardson took us down tonight, which I believe is Jason Richardson's kid. So, you know, you get a loss to one of these legacy kids. It's like it's just the start of something.
Legacy kids is hilarious.
NBA Nepo babies. Jason Richardson II, yeah. At Michigan State. So
that's interesting.
I could see him continuing his stock continuing to grow as a player as well too. He looks really like a solid guy. So
nice. No, I'm happy your team's doing well because the Jayhawks are almost 500 in Big 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we just got stomped by BYU.
Is Bill
It
Self
was 57-91. Yeah, I don't know. Then we lost to Utah the game before. We definitely should not be ranked, which would be the second time only since 2009 or something.
What happened? Is Dickinson out of his prime now? He's played too long.
Yeah, Dickinson's the only one scoring anything. KJ Adams, Juwan Harris. I knew the quality of players at Kansas had been declining, but, I was like, we could be decent, a top 20 team at least, but BYU and co, it's not looking good right now.
Wow, Dickinson's the first guy to have to retire from college. He's like, I've played too long. That's my time, folks. That's all I've got. Shout out. He's trying.
That's hilarious. But yeah, Dusty May is going to be around Ann Arbor for a little bit.
No, that is good to see that we're able to lock him in because I do think there were some rumors about him maybe going to another Big Ten school, which would be a little...
Indiana because he was the assistant for...
Yeah, that's right,
Bob
Indiana.
McKnight.
Yeah, which I guess if you're going basketball legacy, what Indiana is, maybe a little better than Michigan just as like a, the centerpiece of basketball in America. Indiana, the guy shooting on the rim on, the side of his barn or whatever. But, Michigan as a program, I think that just shows you that that's a top-notch program. Beeline was there forever. Juwan Howard wasn't going to go anywhere as long as Michigan would have had him. So if a guy's going to be at Michigan, it's going to be tough for that guy to take a different job. And especially in the NIL era as well, too. Like, Michigan's a pretty good school for that. Do you think Kansas is kind of suffering from that at all? Like, do you think that is a reason that... I haven't looked at, your recruiting classes from the last couple of years. Is it just like a recruiting class that's not hitting, or are you guys not being able to recruit the same, do you know?
It's both. They're not hitting because we're not able to recruit the same. And I don't know if it's Bill Self not adjusting to the times, not getting enough money from boosters or whatever, but we have been declining. And we've never really gotten flashy players, but they've been at least decent,
Yeah.
decent to good. And now we're having a bad season, like the first in a long, long while. And this is not what Kansas basketball is used to.
Yeah, get us back to the Josh Jackson era of Kansas basketball. What are we doing?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was about to say. That one first team his freshman year. That
Oh,
was
okay. So
crazy.
for this upcoming class, Dimbasta #1 going to BYU, but Darren Peterson #2 overall player, combo guard 6'5", 195, going to Kansas. So there we go. Jayhawks.
Wait, who is?
Darren Peterson, the #2 overall player for
Oh, Darren Peterson. Okay.
2025. And then he's actually over Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer's the #3 player.
Oh, Boozer 20. Oh, okay.
So it goes Dimbasta, Peterson, and Boozer, top 3.
People saying best since LeBron in
Wait.
his last high school game.
For Peterson?
Oh, I guess he plays for Akron. And so they're saying he's the best since LeBron.
Wow, to play at Akron.
6'5", or 6'5", 6'6", with a 6'10" wingspan.
Whoa, 6'10". So you guys also have Samus Calderon, #73 overall player. But it's the #28 overall class.
Jayhawks are back.
At least you've got a guy. So this past year, you've got the #14 overall player, a center, Flory Bidunga.
I haven't seen him play.
No, I was going to say, I don't know if he's really been able to make much of an impact this year. And then if you go back to 2023 as well, too. Okay, so you had the #9 overall class, but, #20 overall player. Oh, Furphy was in that class, #35. #51 overall player with Marcus Adams, and then Jamari McDowell, #88 overall player. Furphy went to the league, right?
That doesn't sound like a name I'm familiar with.
Furphy? Johnny Furphy? I feel like he thought... Oh, transfer rank, though? 2023, you guys killed it in the transfer portal?
Yeah, we killed it in the transfer portal. We brought in a lot of players, including your boy Dickinson.
That's right. That's the year you brought in Dickinson, of course.
But
Chris Carter. Parker Braun?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. No one's cooking.
Parker Braun apparently not able to take the mantle from Christian Braun. Nick Timberlake? Any relation, Justin? Maybe? Nick Timberlake bringing sexy back to Kansas? Potentially? Trying to? Maybe. But, yeah, unfortunately, we had the lead there for a minute, too, against Michigan State, but it looks like they really killed us in the second half. Yeah, we were 41-24. They took us down in the second half.
Talk about turning on the clamps.
Yeah, not good. But Danny Wolf, I saw his name in the first round for some NBA draft stuff. So I know you sent me a highlight a while back of him hitting that crazy turnaround step back 3.
Yeah, 7-footer too.
Yeah, he's cooking.
I know. That's tough. That was a crazy shot,
I kind of think he might be able to play in the league a little bit. Little Julius Randle, Jaime Jaquez.
There's some talent there if you're able to do that. Some team will find a place for you.
Yeah, maybe the Cooper Flag consolation prize, Danny Wolf. If the Spurs can't get Cooper Flag, do we take Danny Wolf?
Who knows? Who knows? But you guys look like a good team. I'm excited to see y'all in a couple of weeks. March Madness is around the corner. Are you getting excited at all?
I'm gonna have to start really paying attention now to college basketball. Start really.
Could you guys be a #1 seed or something?
I don't know if we'll quite get to #1 seed. I think going into this game we were like number 14 in the poll. So maybe top 3 seed, something along those lines. And especially if we win the Big Ten.
That'd be huge for y'all. You guys haven't been that good since.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. This Dusty May thing is incredible.
Yeah.
And he's really coaching these guys up. Again, the transfer portal seems like we were able to bring a couple of these guys in. Really successful. Donaldson, we brought him in. He wasn't. Looks like his stat line.
Last year, a great football coach. Now you got a great basketball one.
Hey, give Sharon Moore some credit. We still like Sharon Moore.
Yeah, because you guys beat Ohio State. Yeah. Like, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. You guys got one.
We got Bryce Underwood coming in the #1 overall quarterback in high school.
That's it.
This year.
That's all you guys got.
We're looking good, baby. Michigan's back. Michigan's here to stay. Michigan, the total. honestly, maybe this is the best that the total sports of Michigan could have looked since maybe because Beeline and Harbaugh never really overlapped like that.
Yeah.
Like there was a moment there where you're like,
Beeline was
is Beeline
gone by
actually
the
the
time
best
Harbaugh
coach on the
came.
Michigan campus? Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe this is the place where it actually overlaps. Sharon Moore's got Michigan football cooking. Dusty May's got Michigan basketball cooking.
Yeah.
Michigan field
No.
hockey. I think we usually do pretty good in that.
Yeah.
Couple of wrestlers, maybe.
Couple of wrestlers.
Get the whole sports scene at the Maize and Blue looking good again. But yeah, I'm really happy about the Dusty May hiring. Because again, Beeline was one of those guys where you're like, maybe you weren't going to rank him over a guy like Bill Self or Roy Williams or Coach K or the top, the actual tier A basketball coaches in college at that time. But Beeline was a guy you're like, okay, at any given year, any given tournament, he could give you a recruiting class and give you a stretch where their team's going to be just as good. We made a couple of Final Fours. We were in the Big Ten tournament making runs and winning the Big Ten every year. And there was just a confidence that you had with Beeline where you go, we can win our conference any year. And like I was saying, any year we can win the national title. And Dusty May is still on the rise. Like this is his first, I think, big Power 5 job. We bring him over from Florida Atlantic. I don't know exactly what the coaching history was before that, if that was like his first, big Division I coaching gig or whatever. But he's still the newer face. You don't have the history with him in the tournament. He's not a guy you bring over and go, oh, we know the pedigree of Dusty May. We know that he could be a really good coach, but now that we're seeing him turn around Michigan, it's like, oh, maybe we do have one of these guys where, and we're seeing right now too, like a little bit of a transition with these top guys. Like, a lot of the older guys are gone. Like you're saying, Bill Self even, I know we just said that they got to recruit, but Kansas has been a little down the last couple of years. I know Izzo with Michigan State.
Bill Self might have to hit the road after he's got 2 rings now.
Sam's just on here tonight. Just get rid of Kelsey, get rid of Bill Self. Everybody
get rid of them all.
It's just time to start fresh.
Yep.
I think it's vibes in the air right now for everybody. But
no, but Bill Self's been around for a long while. He's been around for
had
what,
a run
20?
for sure.
Yeah, and he's got his second ring recently.
Christian
what
Braun.
more are you gonna do? I guess he's just playing until they name the court after him.
They haven't done that already?
No, it's what, Fogg?
Bill Self's got to have a walkway or something named after him.
Something. That's something.
Little path, the Bill Self shelf in the library.
Bill Self shelf. Bill Self shelf is crazy.
There's got to be something named after him.
Crazy work.
Who knows? But we see newer coaches emerge. Shire looks good over in Duke. Seems like they might have another guy.
He does look good. He does look good.
Yeah. But Dusty May might be one of those guys. Jay Wright was another great legacy coach that we lost at Villanova. Lost meaning, he retired. Fortunately, Jay Wright's still with us. Yeah, Michigan Dusty May might have it, chat. He might be next up. Dusty May's going to run the game.